Hello and welcome to Illy Plays. In today's video I wanted to give you a few advices on how to best mod your crit rifles in Warframe. In general, a rifle is worth modding for crit rather than raw damage when it has at least a base crit chance of 20% and a crit damage multiplier of 2. However, there are also some exceptions to the rule, like the Warframe Prime or the Opticore, that can also be modded for crit when desired, for they only have a base crit chance of 15%. For our basic crit build, we'll need to add 5 B polarities as well as 1 dash polarity. For a few of my suggestions, you might need to add a 6 V polarity to make everything fit. When modding the weapon, we'll start by adding Serration, Split Chamber, followed by Point Strike for an increase in crit chance, as well as Vital Sense to boost our crit damage. And last but not least, we'll add Stormbringer. These 5 mods will build the core for all the builds that I want to show you today. Next, we'll add a 90% elemental damage mod in order to complete our best combo element depending on the faction. For high level Grineer as well as high level Void missions that will be Hellfire to create radiation damage. Against the Corpus, we'll instead stick to Cryo rounds for magnetic damage. And against the Infested as well as low level Grineer and tier 1 and tier 2 Void missions, we'll add Infected Clip for corrosive damage. Now, the last 2 slots will be different depending on the weapon that we are talking about. When we are modding a weapon like the Tonkor, the Opticore, Soma or Soma Prime that don't suffer too much from a loss in accuracy, we could start by adding a high to max rank heavy caliber. Then we can either add a max rank Prime Bane mod or Bane mod against the corresponding faction when we are playing on the star chart, or we could add either one of the 2 new event mods, Argon Scope or Bladed Rounds, when we're building for the Void or if you don't own a Prime Bane mod. Bladed Rounds will buff your average DPS slightly more than Argon Scope, however, on weapons with a base crit chance of less than 30%, I'd recommend you to stick with Argon Scope to crit more consistently. And in case that you neither own a Prime Bane mod nor Argon Scope nor Bladed Rounds, you can also take a normal Bane mod or a 90% elemental damage mod depending on the faction. Now, when we are modding a sniper rifle, bow or a weapon of the Latron family instead, which all suffer quite drastically from the accuracy loss of heavy caliber, we should leave it out in favor of other damage boosting mods, like for example the earlier mentioned Prime Bane or Bane mod, Argon Scope, Bladed Rounds, or 1 or even 2 90% elemental damage mods, depending on your collection and liking. However, since most of these weapons also greatly profit for some quality of life improvements, we could also go with only 1 damage boosting mod, and then, for example, add a mod like Speed Trigger, or Wild Acceleration, or Shred to boost the charge rate of the weapon, for example at bows or the Lanka. Or we could add a Primed Fast Hands, or Depleted Reload in order to buff our Vectis or Vectis Prime. Well, that's all I wanted to cover concerning the modding of crit rifles in Warframe for this episode. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment or contact me on Facebook or Twitter. And I hope I see you guys in the next video. Happy hunting, Tenno!